What is your attitude towards English major?
Since I chose to study at Kamolwan University in English major, I have to try to keep my head above water because my English skills are pretty low. I have to practice and find out what I have to know.
Despite I majored in English, I think English is very difficult for me and others. By the way, I won't throw it in the towel for sure. Anyway, hang in there guys. I hope everyone can do your best.
For me, I focus on English to be my future occupation. I want to work any job that are related to English, such as tourist guide and hostage. So I have to be an interviewer and keep on studying hard for my perfect future.
I prefer being cool as a cucumber, even if my English grade in last semester was not quite good. So I have to keep on learning and studying hard. Not only grammatical skill that I have to focus on, but pronunciation as well.
English is one of the most important languages in the world,
If you guys wants to have good English skills,
So we have to practice.
The following video is one of our experiences in English conversation with native speakers.
let's
see.
We are the students from Kamolwan University.
What's your name?
Donald. Donald.
Donald.
Like McDonald's? Just Donald. No Mick.
Where you come from?
Canada?
You come here alone?
I actually came here alone. My brother came and met me here, my twin brother. And then he went back because he had to go back to work.
Have you ever been to Thailand?
This is my, I don't know, 7 years I've been coming to Thailand. 7 or 8 years I've been coming to Thailand. Every Canada winter I come to Thailand. When it's winter in Canada, I come here. Too cold over there.
Can you speak Thai? 7
I'm
years.
sorry. No, but it's seriously, it's just such a difficult language to learn, I find. And being 57 years old, well, I mean, I was 50 when I started coming. At a certain age, to try to learn a language that's so difficult to learn, it's just mind-boggling. Even from the beginning, I realized, no, I'm not going to be able to learn this language. And I don't have such a good memory either, so doesn't help.
But you know some words.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 words.
Easy words.
Yes.
You know Sawadee.
Yes. Yes.
So have you ever been to Bangkok?
Yes. Yes. I spent a lot of time. Actually, we lived in Bangkok for, I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years. We lived in Bangkok for 8 months. 8 months we lived in Bangkok. So, yeah.
How many provinces that you have been in Thailand? Like
How many different provinces? I didn't even know there was provinces here, but I traveled all over Thailand. I went to the south on the island and did all the north here. I traveled quite a bit.
So what is the most impressive province for you in Thailand?
Well, I honestly love the south, but it's just too hot. It's just way too hot. You couldn't go out during the day because it was too hot. So you had to go out really early in the morning, go eat breakfast, and then you go to your room and pretty much stay in the room for all day. And then go back, and then early evening you'd go out and like I would go out during the day, but just straight into the water and swim for a little bit and then back to
Did
the
you
room.
ever went to Samui? Samui
Island.
I probably did, but I can't remember. Like I was saying earlier, I don't have much of a memory.
went
So
a lot.
I've done a lot of islands. I've done a lot of traveling in the south, but I can't remember the name of the places that I went. I even went to places that I didn't think that I had already went, and I went back. And once I got there, my God, I know this place. I've been here before.
It is difficult for you to go to any place?
In Thailand?
Yes.
No, not at all. I find it very easy. The only issue I find in Thailand myself is the language barrier. It's easy. I never went anywhere in Thailand that I didn't feel secure or safe. Never. It's never happened. And but the only problem is that everywhere I go, I have a hard time to either get understood or understand what people are trying to say. I find it's the only issue. But other than that, no, I love Thailand. I stay here year round, but I have to go back to my country 5 months a year to keep my pension and Medicare active. Otherwise, I lose it. Canada, that's what it is. If you leave the country for more than 7 months, every year, well, you lose your pension and Medicare.
So, how about the cost of the ticket from Canada to Thailand? Is it expensive?
Well, it varies. It varies on the time of the year, but it's always in between. I even paid $1,000 at one time. $1,100, $1,100 Canada dollar return. So that was really cheap. The most I paid was $1,600 Canada dollar return. So it's really not expensive. It's actually much more expensive for me to even leave the country because it's expensive to fly in Canada. But once I leave the country, it's not so bad. And to fly here is nothing.
You have your own business.
No. What I do in Canada is I work in the oil industry, the oil refinery in northern Alberta, Canada. Everybody hates people that works on the oil industry, so okay, and he hate me. But the thing is that the idea is that I work through a union organization. So I get there and okay, I look on the board. Okay, I take this job, go to work, make lots of money. Okay, I'm tired. I quit and I come here for. So there's advantage to working on the oil industry and on the union organization. So I would probably work 3, 4, mostly at the most 5 months a year, and then I come to Thailand for 7 months a year.
What is your favorite food in Thailand?
Sorry?
Favorite food.
Favorite food? Thai. But I love all Thai food. I don't think there's anything here that I haven't tried.
You like a spicy food?
I didn't at first. I couldn't eat it. I liked it, but I couldn't eat it. I'd cry. And but I got more used to it. I love it spicy. Yes.
Did you ever try somtam? Papaya
Papaya salad? Oh yeah. Yes, I did.
Tom yum goong.
Sorry?
Tom yum goong.
What is it?
It's like Tom yum goong.
I probably did because what it is I live with I have a girlfriend here, and she made me try food I didn't even know existed. So I tried just about anything here, from the insects to and everything else of the ladder. Yeah.
Have you ever cooked Thai food?
Cooked? Oh my God! No. I can't even cook my food. I'm no good at cooking my own Canadian foods. I wouldn't try cooking Thai food. No one would want to eat it. They throw it away.
So, could you please tell me the differences between your country and Thailand?
In what aspect? Because there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference in the cost. There's a lot of difference in the cost, obviously. It cost me 3 times the amount of money it would cost me to survive in Canada compared to what it does here, for one thing. Temperature, no comparison. We've got 2.5, maybe 3 months of good weather in Canada. Here it's good weather all year.
Yes.
The people, dependably where you live in Canada, I'm from the eastern part of Canada, but I work in the western end of the country. And the people are, I'm French by nature, and the people in the west of Canada, they're all English, and they hate French people. Seriously. So, well, it's a long story. You got a good battery on there? It's a really, really long story. But it's okay. We'll survive. And so when I go back to Canada, well, I have to go work, so I have to spend my 5 months pretty much that I'm going to be in Canada with those people that hates me. So, but here I find everybody's friendly. I find everybody's so easy to get along with, but mostly women. Men, I noticed a lot. Men, they look at me, they're like, they wish I was in hell or something. But women, it probably never, very much never happens. They all seem to like Farang, but the men, not so much. But as a whole, people are much more friendlier here than in Canada. I wish I could start a business here. I wish I could work here. I wish, it's all something I can do in Canada, but here it would be difficult for me to do that. I don't know what else as a comparison. I don't know a whole lot about the government in Thailand, so it would be hard for me to compare it. I can only tell you that the one in Canada, if I could, I'd get rid of it. It's just useless. The government in Canada is just useless.
Do you have a family?
I have a 33. She's going to be 33 April 10th. 33 years old daughter, and she's in Australia. She's been in Australia now for 11 or pretty much 12 years. She's been in Australia, and that's my only daughter. When it comes to brothers and sisters, I have one twin brother, and one more brother that's 1 year older than me, and I have 7 sisters. A big family, yes. Well, that was back in the 50s, early 60s, all right, that the family was. So back then, where I'm Catholic, I don't practice religion, none whatsoever. I don't even believe in it. But back then, the religion was pushing the family to have a lot of children, and so they went up to 10 and okay.
You are the youngest.
No, actually, there's 3 girls after me and my brother. There's 3 more girls after us. So I'm 50. I just turned 57 on the 21st of this month, and I have a sister that's 56, one that's 55, and one that's 54. My mother was pregnant for actually 11 years because, or well, 10 years because she had twins, but we lost a baby at 2.5 years old. So for 10 years straight, my mother was pregnant. Imagine? Well, you can't imagine, but you can.
So, what is the most impressive experience for you here?
What is the most impressive experience here in Thailand? I don't know. There's just it's not that it's the idea that it was such a glamorous or it's just that everything is probably to the same level, but it's just so exciting for me to see. Because I've traveled a lot. I did all of these South Asian countries, all of Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and I've been to China, I've been to India. So for me to find, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it, but I look at, let's say, for the temples. But for me, if I see one temple, you see them all because there's no temples in Canada. So if I come here and I look at one temple, either if I look at the other one, for me it's the same thing. Like, there might be difference for you people, but for me they're all the same. So once I visited one, I've seen them all. You might want to know what I love the most here is the elephant.
Have you ever?
Oh yeah. I love the elephants, and it was for me. It was an exception for me to come to Thailand was to enjoy the elephants, and I did that quite a bit too. At the beginning of this year, I didn't because I'm with my girlfriend here in Chiang Rai, and we don't, we did go a couple of times here in Chiang Rai. I like the ones in Chiang Mai a lot more, and but. Yeah, that was something, the elephant was something that was really breathtaking for me.
So, have you seen the elephant show, like a painting?
Oh yes. In Chiang Mai. They have them in Chiang Mai. I couldn't believe it. But they're very smart, they're elephant. They're smarter than me, I can't tell you.
Do you know Mapalong University?
Sorry?
Do you know Mapalong University?
No, not at all. Is it here in the...
Yeah.
Okay. I must be ashamed of myself. I've been here for a year. And
This is the most beautiful university in Korea.
oh, is that right? So you guys are all member of that university. So what is it exactly that you're taking in at the university? You're doing what? Are you in
We are
studying in what?
in English major.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are English major.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, you're doing good. And it's like yesterday I had this guy come and visit where my girlfriend has a hotel here in Shanghai. So this guy came for a visit, and every time he comes, I seen him before. Every time he comes, he's Thai, and we talk, we speak English, and he just loves it because he's getting used to it. And I said to him, I said, it's sad that you gotta leave because he lives about 2 hours from here. And I said, because the reason is, once you leave, I don't have anyone to talk English to. So I could be for days, weeks, even sometimes months here. I don't have anyone to talk to because I don't have anyone that speaks English. So I said, my girlfriend talks a little bit of English, but it's really not a conversation. It's an exchange of words to make for us to understand a subject or something, and then that's it. Because so it's very. I find that hard. I find that very hard, especially. What makes it worse is that I went to the Philippines just recently when my twin brother was here. We went to the Philippines for 9 days, and everybody speaks English there. So it was yeah.
Nobody speaking.
Well, you know what it is the government or Thailand should have years ago did the same thing that they did in the Philippines. Implement English in the school as soon as you learn. It would be an easy language to learn as you're a kid. The older you get, the harder it is to learn it, and the pronunciation and everything. So they should have implemented it in the schools years ago. It would have made it so much easier. Mind you, I'm not even English. I'm French. I'm French Acadian from Eastern Canada. And if I could, I would never speak another word of English. I'd speak French constantly. But the problem is, or if I call it a problem, the thing is that English is the second language, or the second language used in the world. So you have to learn it. Whether you hate it or whatever, you're better off learning it. I've learned it. I was young. 13 years old, I started to speak English.
So we have to choose English major to improve our English.
Well, it's a good idea. It's an awful good idea. It would make it a lot easier for the people of the country because you have to admit it, the country runs on, it's sail on rice and whatnot, but there's a lot of tourists. There's a big tourist value here in the country. But the problem is most of the people don't speak English. They'll tell you they speak English, they speak a couple of words, and that's it. So imagine if everybody would speak English, it would make it just so much easier for the tourist industry. I've had people, I met a man here years ago, and he said to me, he had been here for 15 years. And he was leaving, and that was the reason, because he just could never get himself understood, and he could never understand what people were saying to him, and it was just getting frustrating, and so he just left. He says he's going to go somewhere else, which I find is sad because it's just such a nice place, nice country, just beautiful. I love it here, but it makes it an issue over the language because, like I says, I have a hard time to get understood. Like I meet people. I went on the river today, and me and my girlfriend, we took a garbage bag, went on the river where they're going to be doing what do you call it? Songkran on the river here. Well, they're going to do it everywhere, but I mean it's going to be popular on the river here. So I said to her, I says, I go there every morning for a walk, just for exercise. And there's garbage everywhere. That's another issue that Thailand should take care of. So I went there today and pick up garbage. I have nothing to do. I'm here on holidays. I haven't done anything in months. So I said to her, I'm going there to pick up garbage. And that's what I did. But there's a lot of people there, but I can't talk to them, which I find is sad because I wish I could talk to the people.
So finally, what are you going to do for Songkran Festival? Is this going to come in? It's going to
Songkran?
come. Yeah, Songkran Festival.
What am I going to do?
Yes.
What you're gonna do?
Well, I was actually not going to be staying here for the month of April. I was going to be going back to Canada because that's when the work start on the oil industry. And I was going to be going back beginning of April. And my girlfriend is saying, well, sometimes from the 13th to the... I says, all right. So I booked my ticket back for the 21st of April. So I'm going to be sticking around for the Songkran. And the plane... Well, I was here last year for the Songkran. And she had me drive around. We got a Vespa, and there we are. We're driving around. And can you imagine being a Falang? Driving around. I mean, as soon as those Thai people see you, it's a bucket of ice cube with them. And and I don't mind. I don't care. You know, they're having fun. I'm having fun. It's okay. And those, what is it? The paste that they're using that you put on your face. I mean, I get covered with that like you wouldn't believe. As soon as you see a Falang, it's right in the forehead. Honestly, but it's fun. I enjoy it, and I'm glad that I'm going to be able to stay here for the Songkran because my girlfriend's 52. I'm 57. She's 53. She's going to be 53. But she just loves it. She never goes out. That's why I'm here alone. She never goes out ever. But when it comes Songkran, she likes driving around. You know, and the paste and the water and everything. So, all right.
Will you come back to Thailand again?
Oh yeah, I come back every year. I always come back. Love it.
So by the way, thank you so much for your time.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay.
Safe flight.
Thank you, yes. Probably need that, yes.
Yeah.